Recording. Hi, everybody.
Wow.
Wow.
Hello.
We have, it's always the same when we start these shows. So, welcome. This is Precarious Pixels. As always, I'm Tim. With me is...
I'm Bob still.
Bob still. So, Bob still, how you doing?
I'm still Bob Good.
Good. Still Bob. Bob still. So, we're going to get right into everything. We're going to skip over explaining how bad our intros are and just go into San Diego Comic-Con. Was last weekend. It unveiled a whole bunch of stuff. Marvel, who had been absent for 2 years, came and just brought everything. They didn't even have to. They're like, we just made the highest grossing movie of all time, and we're still going to show you amazing amount of people and stars and talk to you about everything that we're going to be promoting. And I think mainly they came because they are really, really pushing that Disney Plus. They're pushing the crap out of that Disney Plus.
Yeah. Well, it's not a bad price. It's what, $8 a month?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the other thing. I think they're kind of undercut Netflix.
Is it going to be... Is DuckTales the original show on there so I can compare them?
Well, that would be amazing. I would rewatch probably all of DuckTales.
We could solve a mystery or rewrite history.
DuckTales.
So much better than the style of the new one.
I disagree with that.
I know we've had this argument.
They're both good in their own ways. I like the new one because it's based off the original comic strip a little bit more. It's good style, solid.
I like the original because it's a cartoon. It looks like a cartoon.
It does look like they both look like cartoons.
One looks like a drawing.
Oh.
It looks like...
They're all drawings.
I know they're all drawings, but one looks like a drawing in motion.
They all look like that. You're horrible. And that is the last recording they ever made. No, I have some deep love for the original DuckTales. But this one, I like the new one because they make reference to Darkwing Duck and all that stuff too. So,
why not just make a new Darkwing Duck show?
I wish. I really hope so because it would be amazing if they did that.
He's the terror that flaps in the night.
Yeah. Let's get dangerous.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
About that.
Let's get dangerous.
He was related to the other ducks somehow, right?
No.
He wasn't related to Scrooge McDuck?
No, and apparently they said that it took place in a different universe, but I'm just that doesn't track because why is Launchpad McQuack there? Why does Gizmo Duck show up? Other people, they even make reference to Scrooge McDuck in the background of certain shots. That showrunner needs to check himself. He keeps saying, no, this isn't the DuckTales universe. I was no, it's the DuckTales universe.
I bet you there is a YouTube video out there that Tim has made of the conspiracies about the DuckTales cinematic universe. You
don't have to. I've watched it. I've watched it, and I don't understand why. I don't understand why, the guy was trying to be no, this is not DuckTales. This is a whole different universe. And I was no. No, it's not. But, whatever.
As long as the Beagles aren't there.
The Beagle Brothers?
Beagle Brothers.
I don't think they ever show any Beagle Brothers, but I'm not sure about that. But that's a great show.
Yeah.
Loved it. Watched it all the time.
You know the other show that people, they aired around the same time that nobody cared about was the Gummy Bears show.
I like the Gummy Bears show.
Yeah. Name 3 characters.
Papa Bear, Baby Bear. I can't name. You're right. I can't think of any of the characters, even the human ones.
Yeah, that's one of those things. You could remember.
I remember the theme song. Gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere. That's right. I knew Gummy Bears. I was
not well enough to remember them.
No, they should have stuck their names in that song.
Yeah, but I don't know. Were there 3 characters that I could remember from Darkwing Duck?
It's true.
Darkwing Duck, Launchpad McQuack, and...
Negaduck.
Yeah, Negaduck. But isn't that just Well, he's the bad guy.
He's like the reverse.
Yeah, he's like Bizarro Duck,
but like evil. And remember his name was Drake Mallard.
Yep.
Goslin was his adopted daughter.
Probably.
I think so. And I can't remember the name of the city that he was in.
Duckville.
No, it was that's Duckburg was.
That's DuckTales.
That's DuckTales. But why are we talking about any of this stuff? Because it has nothing to do. They didn't show anything of that.
You started it.
I know.
Kidding.
Sorry.
I definitely started that.
But let's talk about some Disney stuff here. So Marvel came out. They're like, hey, let's talk some Phase 4. Everything that's happening in Phase 4, apparently.
Yeah, they outlined every movie and show.
Yeah.
Which they've never done that before, have they?
I don't think so. And usually they waited till their D23 is when that's when they really show some stuff.
But they also gave names.
Yeah.
Which a lot of the time they've not done.
Right.
Because, well, I mean, Doctor Strange and Thor,
Yeah, they
but
figured.
Did Thor Ragnarok get announced that way? Or was that known later?
I don't think so, because, they haven't been in 2 years. So I think that was more... They did only that at
but Ragnarok
D23.
was like 4 years ago, right?
I don't think so.
3 years?
Maybe 3.
Either way.
I don't know. Yeah. So the bigger things, I guess, that they announced, they had all the stars from all the shows came and the movies. So
yeah, that's weird. They get them all.
Yeah.
That's got to be a contract thing.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. Falcon and Winter Soldier came out.
Yep.
And they showed apparently Baron Zemo, what's his face, shows up in like a scrambled message or something.
Brule, is that his last name?
Yeah. And so I'm guessing that's what the new series is going to be about, them chasing him down. Which is okay. I was like,
shouldn't be that hard. They caught him in one movie.
Yeah. And I know he got his measurement, like he said he got fitted for his new Captain America suit, which I'm really kind of interested to see how they're going to work the shield with the
wings.
The wings, because they do it in the comic, and it's okay in the comic, but it's like another thing to see how they're going to do it with, like, it's going to be in the back. I don't know where else you could really put the shield.
His hands.
Yeah, he's going to have to carry it the whole time.
And throw it.
Yeah, or just puts it on his chest.
I imagine there'll be a lot of team throwing. I think they're each going to throw it.
I think so too. But they were there. They were really funny. They were passing the shield back and forth. He's like, "You want to hold this?" Thanks. Here, you can have it back.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So there you go. Taika Waititi came out, said, "Hey, we're doing another Thor movie. It's called Love and Thunder."
Terrible name.
I know. I don't know why. I'm thinking this is one of those things they're going to change the name because they unveiled why it's called that, and Natalie Portman's going to be the new Thor. They're going to do the Goddess of Thunder thing, which I'm wondering, like, are they going to do the whole cancer storyline and stuff? Like, how is this going to work?
If they are, he's the wrong director for it.
Yeah, I know. It seems like those movies are a lot of fun, and they said Jeff Goldblum's coming back. So yeah, that's right. You can't have it with that. Now they're like, yeah, bring Goldblum back.
As long as Korg's in it, I don't care.
I'm sure Korg is going to be in it. I'm sure Meek is going to be in it. Tessa Thompson's back.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Wow.
It's been a big thing.
Why?
I don't know, because she's the new king of Asgard.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And she made it clear that she's going to be looking for a queen. That's her first order of business.
Yeah, it might be Natalie Portman.
It might be, actually.
Yeah, could be.
Thor's going to be disappointed.
I know.
For both reasons.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, like, because they're like, oh, we're handing off the hammer to her, and I'm like, what hammer? Because
that's easy. It's so easy for the hammer to get back.
Wow.
They're going to give it to her.
It's gone.
Not the one from the past.
Yes, it is, because remember, Cap took that back with him.
Right, and where did he bring it?
He brought it back to the time before it got broken.
Right.
So now, in this timeline... He
brought it back to where Thor took it from.
Right.
He's just going to give it to Natalie Portman. Boom. There, she's got it now.
No. Because that would make sense. Because then what happened to Thor Ragnarok wouldn't make that happen.
It didn't happen anymore.
It did happen.
No, not anymore.
No. Shattered. It's no more.
Doesn't matter.
Maybe we give her a new hammer.
Who's going to make it?
Peter Dinklage.
Dinklebot.
He's like, I made that big one. I can surely make another little small one for you. Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't know. I actually have no idea how this is all going to work.
Maybe it's just, you know what? That's really dark.
What?
I'm going to say it anyway.
Go ahead.
Maybe it grows from her cancer.
Oh, Jesus.
Like a tumor.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Well, if we're going with the cancer storyline,
I guess.
And magic.
Yeah.
And
no.
non-existent weapons.
No. I really don't know how they're going to do this because I'm just like, that's weird because I love that storyline. It's an amazing storyline, but it's like a long story. I don't know.
It's a 2.5 hour story.
No. It's really not.
That's how it happens.
Unless that's going to be their next big event. They're going to do the War of Realms because that's what it kind of leads into.
But none of the other films line up for that, right?
No.
So it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, unless Loki is going to do it.
Maybe the show will be about him tricking people into giving Natalie Portman a hammer.
Could be. Or it could be like him... it could be that. Or it could... Like, they said that his show is going to be about him, like, porting all around and, like, causing trouble.
I'm just imagining him, like, showing up at her house, dressed as a delivery man, and just keeps giving her IKEA furniture. Until she picks up the hammer.
Yeah. It could be like that. I think his show is probably going to be... Because this is right after I tried to conquer the world in New York, Loki.
So it takes place right then?
That's when, his show is going to take place right there. Like, so it's like right after he tried to conquer New York and failed, and then he escapes with the Tesseract. So that's that part.
Okay.
So he could do like hey, I just need to get an army together, and like he starts getting people from all the other realms, and starts like that kind of thing. It could be like eventually back into another Avengers, maybe in phase 5 or 6. To maybe be like another Avengers, because it'll be because it almost makes sense because Jane Foster dates Sam. So it's like Thor and Captain America are dating.
Not anymore. Now she's dating Valkyrie.
But we don't know that. And hey, everybody has options. But
Valkyrie's going to be disappointed because she was looking for a queen.
I know. I don't know if Natalie Portman wants that. She's like, I'm not a queen. It's like, I'm the God of Thunder. Which is why didn't they just name it Thor, the Goddess of Thunder? Or the Mighty Thor. They could have named it Thor, the Mighty Thor or whatever. Because that's what the book is called. It's called The Mighty Thor. They could have just... I don't know. Thunder in her veins. Like, there's so many better titles that they had. I don't know.
Thor, I skipped a couple movies.
Yeah, basically.
But now I'm a god.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's the name.
She was like, hey, I showed up in Endgame, didn't I?
Do you know why she left, apparently?
No.
She left because the woman that was directing it, I guess, parted ways with Marvel, and instead went and made Wonder Woman.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She was going to make Thor?
She was going to make Thor, yeah.
Which one, the second?
I think so.
One? Oh, okay.
Or it might have been Ragnarok, actually.
Oh, she was going to make Ragnarok.
Might be. I'm not 100%. It was one of them.
Okay.
2 or 3.
Yeah. Which also surprised me that there was no Wonder Woman 84 trailer. Like, I figured there would be something like
Maybe they've just given up on it.
No. I don't think they've given up on it.
It's just not
made it
anymore.
I'm just surprised maybe they're waiting till San Diego passes and they're gonna.
Yeah, why talk about a comic book movie at Comic-Con? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think they were just like, we'll just we'll give them Watchmen will give them a little bit of It Chapter 2 and.
But they're talking about movies, like, Marvel's out here talking about movies that are 3 years down the road.
I know.
And TV shows.
I know.
Ridiculous.
I don't know.
And the ones that they were filming, I guess, and then not really, aren't even happening for a while now.
Which one?
Guardians 3.
Yeah. So that's going to be Phase 5?
I feel like they started filming that.
No, James Gunn is still, like,
but I thought they had started with that other guy.
No.
Do you remember they got rid of him?
He was going to start, and then
they just never hired anybody else?
Well, yeah, they never hired him. But it was like, this guy is maybe going to do it, and then it's like, this guy's maybe going to do it, and then they're like, no, we're going to have James Gunn do it.
Maybe don't fire him next time, Disney.
I know.
They could have already had the movie out.
Exactly. Ridiculousness. So, the other movies were Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, which I'm just like, I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work. Unless it's about him doing the 14 million versions of, like...
That's just it.
That's the only thing I was thinking. I was like, it's like him, like, seeing, like, all the different versions, like, where they fail or whatever.
Can you imagine if it's just him bringing everybody that died back from a different multiverse, from a different universe?
Could be. I don't know.
And then Robert Downey Jr.
shows up. It could. I mean, that could actually happen. I know that they said Elizabeth Olsen's going to be in it. And she's got her own show with, like, WandaVision. Yeah. Which I'm like, well, does that mean... Because Paul Bettany's going to be in it. I was like, is this Paul Bettany vision from another timeline or multiverse or something like that? Is that going to happen? I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Did they even think it through?
I don't know. They have the What If series they're going to be doing, an animated show.
That's cool.
And it's the guy from WestWorld that's going to be the voice
Jeffrey
of
Wright.
Yes. Which I thought was perfect.
Peoples Hernandez is his real character, not the guy from WestWorld.
No.
See, you'd remember his character's name if he was Peoples Hernandez.
No.
His best role.
More than Casino Royale?
Yeah. Felix Leiter, by the way.
Felix Leiter.
You're wondering.
Yes.
But Peoples Hernandez is his best role.
Peoples Hernandez, okay. The Hawkeye series, which is about, like, basically a Hawkeye training Kate Bishop. So automatically that just lets you know that he's retiring.
Yeah, I can't wait for him to die at the end of season 1.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be... Well, unless they do it, like, if it's based off the Matt Fraction series, it's just about him living in New York, screwing up stuff. But then I'm like, you can't really do that because he's like a father for the wife. It's not like he's like the single bachelor guy.
Maybe she leaves him.
Don't know.
Maybe she left him during the blip.
Yeah, maybe she's like, hey, you're 5 years older. I married a younger man.
Maybe.
I've had it with your old man ways. Your little murder vacation you took. Which could be about that. Who knows?
Maybe he scares himself and he's just afraid to be around her.
Could be that.
So instead he hangs out with a kid and trains her to shoot...
to kill people.
Yeah.
And then... I could totally be that. I have no idea. And then the big one was, like, they showed the cast of the Eternals. Which I'm just like, I really don't know why they're doing that one. They don't really... Like, the Eternals are kind of like a weird thing. They don't really intersect in the Marvel Universe a lot.
Do you know who they might intersect with?
Who?
4 people.
Oh, yeah?
The Fantastic Four, right?
Maybe, but not really. Like, the Eternals, like, kind of were their own series. Like, Jack Kirby created them after he had left DC and made, like, Darkseid and all those guys. And they were like, hey, you got anything left that we could use? Like, those crazy god things? And he was like, sure, I got this crap I didn't want to use called the Eternals.
There you go.
And he was like...
That's the subtitle.
Yeah, it really is. Like, even Neil Gaiman, who wrote the Eternal series, like, later, I think in, like, early 2000... it was kind of like, it was just kind of like the stuff he had left over, basically. But I liked the series that Neil did. I thought it was very good. And it's kind of like them living in secret, kind of in the Marvel Universe and stuff. I don't know. And they're kind of like, almost like the basis for, like, all the gods in mythology. So it's like, they're kind of like Hercules. They're kind of like Artemis. They're kind of like Hermes and like Jupiter and like all that stuff, and it's like
Apollo Creed.
So and amazing cast. They have Angelina Jolie came out. I was like, wow, Angelina Jolie is there. And she's not plugging Maleficent.
Well, she's probably there doing that too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know if they actually did like a thing for that.
Does anybody even care? Why are they making that?
The sequel? Yeah. It's called money.
Is it going to make money?
I think it'll do it.
Did the first one make money?
I must have. I think the first one did okay. And
Whatever.
I don't know who wrote it. Like, I know the first one was written by Paul Dini. Paul Dini's a good writer. So I'd be interested to see if he worked on this new one. Because if he did, I'm sure it's like probably pretty decent.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. So
it's gonna be a lot of her staring off into the distance with ridiculous cheekbones.
Yeah. Just scary thing.
But they put something on there.
Oh, they definitely did. No, they definitely contoured her face or something. I have no idea.
Why'd they do that? Stop it.
Know.
Stop being weird, Disney.
I think it was like to make her look more like the character from the cartoon.
What does it matter?
Which I was just like, you don't really have to do that. We can see she's got the head thing already, so...
Clearly they didn't do that with The Lion King.
Yeah. Oh man, The Lion King. Did you go see it?
No.
Me neither.
But I saw the trailers.
Yeah.
That was enough.
Yeah, I was kind of like, okay.
It's whatever. I mean, I like Jungle Book.
Yeah, but I heard this one is almost like a photocopy, but with like less emotion.
Yeah, well, the problem is you don't have anything there that can show emotion.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to do anything to make the animals look good.
Yeah,
or they want to make them look real.
They want to make them look real, and I'm just like, yeah, that's not exactly a good idea.
I saw some mock-ups people had done where they had taken the CG animals and they had made them look like their cartoon versions, but still CG.
Right.
And they looked amazing.
Yeah, I've seen.
And I would have watched that.
Yeah.
I probably would have bought a ticket to that.
Yeah.
Disney. Just think about that. Think about what you've done.
Yeah. But also they did the thing like. I guess they were banking on like people were like okay with the Jungle Book version, but I think it's a little bit different.
Well, they still had a kid there to emote.
Yeah.
Now they don't have any of that.
Yeah.
It's just animals.
I don't know. I think this will probably be.
The cast is like it's not even as good.
Well, James Earl Jones is there.
Yeah, but he's the only one. I mean, Chewie. I don't mind Chewie. Chiwetel Ejiofor? I don't know how to say his name.
Oh, okay.
You can say his name. Chewie.
Baron Mordo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in it, right? Am I crazy?
I think so. I don't know. I can't remember. Like they named a lot of people. Michael B. Jordan, I think, is in it.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Yep.
Hey.
So there's all that stuff that's coming. So Marvel like pretty much named all that stuff. And Blade and the Black Widow movie. They brought those guys out and yeah.
But Blade though.
I know.
Why?
Because they want to make that money.
Yeah, I feel like they forgot about Blade until somebody said when they were going around with Black Panther and they were like, "Hey, it's the first black superhero movie," and people were like, "Blade did this."
Yeah.
And then Disney was like, "What?"
Which also I'm just like, what about Meteor Man? Nobody remembers Meteor Man.
But should people?
It wasn't great, but he was one of the first black superhero movies. What about what was the other Blank Man? Steel.
Black Man was Blank Man.
I love Blank Man.
Starring Damon Wayans?
Yes.
Okay, it's checking.
Yeah.
What was wrong with Blank Man? I forgot. Wasn't there something going on with it?
It's been a while since I've seen it, but
I always confuse Blank Man with Handyman, which was his character from In Living Color.
Oh, okay. Or Homie the Clown.
Yeah, but that wasn't a superhero.
No.
Handyman was different.
I don't know.
He was special, if you remember.
I don't remember.
Oh my gosh! Really?
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, look up videos of handymen and see why they can't do that in 2019.
No, probably not. I think I remember Blank Man being like, okay. I don't know. But, yeah. I don't know. I was just like, eh. You know, there was a time that Wesley Snipes was going to be Black Panther. They had been trying to do a Black Panther movie for like a long time.
Yeah, I don't know. This one hit at like the perfect time.
Right.
It was peak Marvel. Everything was great. They had a phenomenal cast.
Oh, peak Marvel? When they were filing for bankruptcy?
Black Panther.
Oh.
Yeah, not Blade.
I was like...
Blade actually also hit at the perfect time because it stopped Marvel from going out of business.
That's right. The Blade basically saved them. Saved their movie industry.
Yeah. Wesley Snipes, they should have done something for him when he was going to jail for tax evasion. You know, maybe hook him up. Give him some money for his taxes.
Well, that was before Disney, so...
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember that was like a big deal.
Yeah. David S. Goyer, best writer ever. Some people always trying to ice skate uphill, Tim.
That's right.
Yeah, but anyway, they got, what's his name? Mahershala Ali?
Yes.
Cottonmouth.
Or the Green Book.
The Green Book.
The Green Book.
Legal name.
Or Battle Angel, or Alita Battle Angel.
Yeah, but I mean, I know him from one character name, which is Cottonmouth.
Yes.
Not his legal name.
No, it's not his name. I liked him as Cottonmouth. He did a really good job.
True Detective, he's on there.
Yeah.
But he's going to be the new Blade. I feel like he's too thin.
I think he's going to put on some muscle.
Me.
I think they just, like, honestly, I think that was just like, hey, we're announcing this, but I think he's going to muscle up.
I feel like he's too thin and he's too tall. It's bugging me. But I guess just because Wesley Snipes.
I think that's probably the thing here. Like, you're still in that, what was it, 1989 Batman. Jack Nicholson's the Joker. And then Heath Ledger comes along and they're like, I don't like Heath Ledger as the Joker. I think it's a bad idea. But I think he's going to do a good job.
It wasn't a bad idea. He just wasn't the Joker.
No, he is. He was.
Was that the Joker?
How is it not the Joker?
He was just an anarchist.
Isn't that kind of what he is a little bit?
No.
Yeah, there's parts of him that are kind of like an anarchist.
But the Joker's usually out to make money.
Sometimes. Sometimes he's just out to cause a little trouble.
That's Two-Face.
No, Two-Face is more like a gangster money type. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, everybody sees different characters in different ways.
I guess so.
That's why they can keep writing those stories, because people just keep finding different angles on them.
It's true.
I'm really wondering what kind of the story is they're going to do. So are they going to go and do Deacon Frost?
Yeah, they're going to bring back Stephen Dorff.
Stephen Dorff's going to come back?
What if they just... How mad would you be, right?
Okay.
If they just shot Blade, but the only thing they changed was they put Ali's face over Wesley Snipes.
I knew you were going to say that. It was like, just change the face over. I would be pretty mad. Because then I'm just like, what was the point? Because I've seen this movie.
But they still let him say the famous line. They
really?
still use Wesley Snipes' audio for the line.
They don't even let him change the audio? Wow.
And it's like poorly dubbed in.
Oh, better. It's like so. It's like Game of Death, where they just took a picture of Bruce Lee's face and put it over the other actor's face.
That's it.
Yeah, I watch it.
So would I. Blade 4. What if? How mad would you be if they called it Blade 4?
That would be very weird. And did they make a Blade 4?
They made a Blade 3.
Okay.
And then a TV show.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the TV show.
Spawn. I think it was Spawn. Didn't he play Blade?
No, it wasn't him. It was I think it's the guy who was in 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Steve Carell played Blade?
No, not Steve Carell. I forget his name, but he's actually a really funny actor, which was strange to kind of see him as Blade. I knew that was kind of like a bad idea from the start. I was like, I don't know. I don't think it really works the same way. Like, Buffy kind of like had a different way of doing things. You had to have like a really good ensemble. I don't think Blade could do a TV series unless it's really like something different.
You have to have a heck of a whistler.
Yeah.
And you're gonna need Norman Reedus.
Norman Reedus? Why Norman Reedus? Oh, that's right. He was in Blade 2.
Cruise Control.
But all right, we're talking a lot of Marvel and a lot of speculation. But so other stuff, they had the new WestWorld trailer for season 3. It looks good. I didn't know where they were going to take it, but it looks like Maeve is still in WestWorld. I don't know. Have you seen anything from it?
I didn't see season 2 yet.
Oh, okay.
It's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, then we can skip over this.
You didn't really ruin anything for me.
Okay. Season 2 is a bit confusing, but looks like Maeve's in some sort of World War II scenario kind of thing. I'm not sure why. And then like what all the other characters are doing, and also Jesse Pinkman's in it as a human character, I believe. So it looks good. I'll probably still give it a watch. Hopefully they'll fix some of the stuff that happened in season 2.
Well, I feel like season 1 was perfect.
Yeah, season 1 was amazing.
Probably should have just been one season.
Maybe. And you figure like they take 2 years to do a season. It's not like every year.
Yeah, I get it. It's taking me a while to watch season 2.
Yeah, I get it.
I understand.
Yeah, take your time, why don't you? But yeah, so they had the WestWorld 3 stuff. They showed the Watchmen trailer, like a more comprehensive kind of like what a little bit of the story is, and it looks good. I'm all for it. Like I kind of like they're not doing a movie; they're doing based off the books. So I think they even showed some references to a Black Freighter sequel, which was something Alan Moore had talked about like years and years ago.
But he's not part of this.
He's not, which is also so strange to me. They also did like that comic series before Watchmen, which was like he wasn't involved in, but it was actually really good. Like I guess when you're working on something as iconic as the Watchmen, everybody brought their A game to it. Like writers, artists, like they really went at it and did a really amazing job. Kind of just like fleshing out the characters, like where they were before, like all this stuff. And then I do remember Alan Moore talking about like that was originally before kind of DC ripped him off and he kind of left. He was going to do like a sequel to Watchmen, like just like a Black Freighter kind of sequel and maybe some other stuff, but that never like came to anything, which is sad.
Yeah.
And now they have I haven't read it yet, but like Doomsday Clock by Jeff Johns is like bringing the Watchmen characters into the DC universe in a way, which I don't really understand how that works because they're kind of supposed to be analogs for certain DC characters, especially the I think Rorschach is based off the Question. And these are all I forget the name of the company that used to own all these characters, but it was a different company. And then DC kind of bought them. So it's like the Question, Peacemaker is supposed to be a comedian, Captain Atom is supposed to be Dr. Manhattan.
Makes sense.
And I'm trying to think who else is in there. I think it was Night Owl supposed to be.
Batman?
No, it actually wasn't supposed to be Batman. Oh, the Blue Beetle. Like, was that character. Which is why it looks kind of like the same vehicles, kind of look the same. Like, and there was, I forget, like, the whole thing behind it, but it's so weird, like, he can never get those characters back as long as they're in print. That was, like, his contract. So they've always been in print. Even, like, it counts that, like, every time they reprint the graphic novel, that like, a new edition or whatever, those characters will never go out of print. So that really stinks. He'll never get ownership back. So
what a weird contract.
I know, and he thought like I you know.
But would he even want them? What would he do with them?
Well, he maybe wants to write his own story. That's like
I don't know.
I think he could do it. I
don't see him going back to something.
He's going back to certain things, but
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yeah, I mean he's like the whole thing. Like all those characters are like the Tom Strong, like all that stuff. It's kind of like he likes that era of superheroes and stuff. I don't know. It's not like he just like hates working with DC because they always somehow screw him over. But the Watchmen series looks good. I'm kind of interested. The story looks interesting. The actors are really good, and I'm sure it looks like it's shot very, very well. I'm very interested to see like the whole thing. So.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch that too.
Okay.
To see what happens.
Yep. And so you've been playing Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah.
3.
How
has it been?
It's been pretty good so far. You start out as the Guardians of the Galaxy, and then they start introducing some of the villains, and they have weird combinations like you wouldn't expect.
Okay.
There was a boss battle very early on where you fight Electro.
Oh, okay.
And Venom.
Oh.
As a team.
I think there's been a version of Sinister Six that have both. I'm sure that's happened.
But just those two.
Is it male Electro or female Electro?
Male.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess a lot of these are the modern but sort of slightly older.
Okay.
Variants of these superheroes. There was a female Electro from what you're saying.
Yeah, the current one I think is like a female Electro.
So not her, but then there's also super modern ones like Miss Marvel.
Okay.
Kamala Khan, right? That's her. And Spider-Gwen is playable.
Oh, okay.
And of course Miles Morales. So there's actually 2 Spider-Men. But they call Miles Morales.
They don't call him Spider-Man?
Yeah, which is weird, right?
That is kind of weird.
And then Spider-Gwen.
Do they call her Ghost Spider or whatever?
Spider-Gwen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's very strange.
That is really weird.
At least in the menus.
Okay.
And then they do this thing where it's Marvel, right? So if you've ever played any of the older ones, there's a lot of characters to choose from, but you sort of collect them all as you play.
Yeah.
In this one and those. But they do this thing where you do a couple missions, like tutorial missions, and then it's like, here's 10 characters, more than the 4 you already have, or 5, including Spider-Man.
Oh, really?
And there's 36 total characters, and it's just boom.
Okay.
And I played a little bit, and I've already got way more than half the characters.
Oh, wow.
And it's almost overwhelming.
Okay.
To pick the characters you want to pick. And then they did this really weird thing. They never used to do this, but in each hub area, the characters are hanging out. And let's say I'm playing Spider-Gwen.
Okay.
And I walk up to another Spider-Gwen and I have a conversation with him or with her. That's really weird.
Wait, so it's like the same...
She's sitting there, so like they didn't bother to remove...
Oh, okay. So it's like if you're playing that character, it's not like they removed it from whatever I guess like they're like, oh, we're gonna have this room full of these superheroes. It doesn't matter if like who shows up later. I don't know. That's weird. That's weird.
It's really weird.
They should have just like if you show up as Miles Morales, there should not be another Miles Morales running around.
There shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But they're there. Like, you can only interact with them by talking, but it really bothered me. Because,
that's weird.
Yeah, there's no reason for it. It would have been very easy to do what they've done in every other Marvel game, which is have, like, a terminal, and then a couple people that are giving you missions.
Right.
Like, say, Nick Fury, right?
Yeah.
Hey, go do this, kid. Or person.
Yeah. And wouldn't it make more sense that as you get more characters, those characters actually appear? I don't know. It seems like it... Because I remember in... this is just like Lego, like the Lego Star Wars games. As you got those characters...
They started wandering around the cantina.
You start seeing more and more of them. And it wasn't like, hey, I'm Luke Skywalker, and there's like another Luke Skywalker. It's just like, no, there's only one of you.
Yeah, and you just pick the character you want to change to.
Right.
This you go into menus, but it was just that was weird. But other than that, the game is great. Some of the abilities look really cool.
Oh, good.
I started playing with that Crystal character who I don't know anything about. She was fun.
Which one?
Crystal.
Oh, okay, from the Inhumans.
Sure.
Yep. Johnny Storm's ex-wife?
Okay.
Or current wife? I don't know.
Well, she's got fire and ice powers.
Yes. That's her deal.
I was like, these are really cool abilities. I don't know who you are. So it's actually teaching me a little bit about them.
Okay.
I had to fight Kamala Khan, which is dumb.
Why?
She's being controlled by one of the first battles. 3 of the good people are being controlled by Mysterio. Like he's mind controlling them somehow and tricking them into.
Oh, okay. So it's like he's making them see you as bad guys.
Yeah, and then
gotcha.
You fight them, and then you gain access to them.
Okay.
So it's Kamala Khan, Spider-Gwen, and somebody else. It might actually be Crystal.
Okay.
I don't know, but whatever. You knock the crap out of them, and then you can play as them.
That's cool.
But I didn't realize she was Mr. Fantastic.
Who?
Kamala Khan.
She is. She has like stretching powers.
Yeah, obviously.
But also she has like shape changing powers too. Like it's kind of like her power set is very different than what I would like. She can stretch and stuff, but like her main thing is like shape changing powers. So she could do like a giant man, and she can go like 60 feet tall, or she can go like the Wasp or like Ant-Man down to like a centimeter or whatever. Like she has that ability, but she also has shape changing abilities. Like she could change into like another person or furniture, and she has like healing powers, kind of like Wolverine as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I've read a lot of Miss Marvel.
I have access. I think I have access to Wolverine now.
Okay.
I definitely have the Hulk, who I played for quite a bit.
Which Hulk?
Regular Green Hulk.
Okay.
There's one other glaring omission that I have a problem with, and that's there's no grab button. Which sounds dumb, but Marvel always had that. So like you pick up an enemy, you can throw them.
Or pick up an object.
You can still do that with objects. There are context-sensitive objects you can pick up. And, depending on your size, you might not be able to pick them up.
Oh, okay.
Or strength.
Right, that makes sense.
But you can't pick up an enemy. It really bugs me. It's a simple thing.
Or what if you want to do a fastball special and you're like Colossus and you want to throw Wolverine?
Yeah, that doesn't work anymore.
That's no good.
But Colossus isn't in the game yet, so we'll see.
Yeah. I know I saw like a little in-game footage where there was like an attack on the X-Mansion and stuff, and they had like, the X-Men there. And I was like, alright, so everybody's here.
Well, the X-Men are one of the DLCs.
Okay.
But Colossus and Cyclops are free August 30th.
Okay.
In case anybody else out there is playing it.
Which I'm sure there's a lot of people playing it. I have to say the Ultimate Alliance games were probably some of my favorite ones.
Yeah, other than that, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
There's a ton of characters. I don't think there's going to be many alternate costumes. I think there's one per each character.
Oh, really? They're not going to do like the... Oh, I figured they would have like a whole bunch.
Nope.
That's no good.
Yeah, I guess now it's just too expensive.
Or they're not going to do like DLC.
They are. There's a season pass, but it's 3 packs of 4 characters, I think, each.
That's a shame.
It is. Especially when you think the X-Men, one of those packs is the X-Men.
Yeah.
So which 4 do they choose?
Oh, they're only giving you 4 X-Men?
I believe so.
I'm betting it's probably going to be... Ooh.
It's not Cyclops, Colossus, or Wolverine, because they're... Cyclops and Colossus are free.
Okay.
And Wolverine is in the game.
Okay. So, probably Storm...
Oh, and Nightcrawler's in the game, too.
Oh, okay. So, Storm... Probably Jean Grey, Phoenix. I don't know who else.
Dazzler.
Could be. There's some Dazzler people who love Dazzler. Beast, I would figure.
Probably.
Maybe Archangel or Angel or whatever.
There's already Falcon.
Yeah, people like Angel because they can throw those blades.
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah. So, But you like it. I mean, the gameplay is good.
Yeah, everything's good. The graphics look good. It looks like a comic come to life, unlike DuckTales. It looks like still a comic. It's the backgrounds, I think, they get me.
Okay. I totally get that. It's not for everybody. Mainly just you.
I guess it worked well in Looney Tunes in the 30s.
What's wrong with Looney Tunes?
Nothing.
You got a problem with Looney Tunes?
Nothing.
Yeah, right, nothing.
Disney doesn't have the money to render better backgrounds.
Oh, Disney, yeah, they don't have all the money. Yeah, tell that to the, was it Galaxy's Edge, where they're making millions of dollars a day.
Apparently it's not super busy.
I doubt it.
That's what they're saying, but I feel like that's controlled.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm sure it's busy. I heard actually the other parts of the park are not as busy as Galaxy's Edge.
Well, why would you...
Yeah.
If you can see the brand new thing, why would you go anywhere but there?
See, that's what I would actually do. I would actually go and go everywhere else because no lines, less lines and stuff. Yeah, I would definitely go to Galaxy's Edge. It's great. I'm gonna go all this other stuff.
You could have an epic fight with your family outside of Toontown.
I will.
Did you see that video?
No.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Well, what happens?
It's just a group of people that start fighting each other in Toontown.
Is it like a family?
I think so. I think it's like a sister, a mother, obviously the brother, a girlfriend of the brother, maybe.
Okay.
And then another brother, and it is probably
fighting, yelling at each other, or physical fighting.
Fighting.
Wow.
So if you haven't seen this video, look it up. It's like Fight at Disneyland or something like that. But this guy is, for some reason, he gets mad at his girlfriend, I guess.
Okay.
Or maybe sister. And they have an argument.
Okay.
And she slaps him, and then he just decks her.
Oof.
To which I guess her boyfriend maybe.
Okay.
Starts to square up with him.
Okay. And
they're gonna fight, but they don't hit each other. Instead, he just then goes back to hitting the girl.
Wow.
Yeah, it's insane.
Wow.
That's not even the end of it. The mother gets knocked down. Then this other girl gets, I guess, the one guy's girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks that his sister hit the mother and knocked her down. So he starts hitting the sister.
Jeez.
And then he goes to pick up the mother, and the girlfriend's with him. Okay. And then somebody tells him that the girlfriend hit the mother and knocked her down, and then he starts hitting her. It is nuts. It's like 4 minutes of fight.
Wow.
And as you watch the fight, above them to the right, whoever filmed it is amazing.
Yeah.
So you're staring at all the weird houses.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's Disneyland, which has Toontown.
Yeah.
And then as the fight continues, you see on the right, it written in clouds Toontown on the land there. It's pretty great.
Wow.
Just people are the worst.
Yeah.
People are awful.
It's the happiest place on earth.
Apparently.
Security wasn't there quicker?
They were there.
Okay.
One of them, I think, was security. Okay. But there was also a guy who just worked for the park.
Yeah.
So you can see him standing there for a little bit. It's like this 90-pound Asian man who's got one of those things you use for picking up garbage at Disney.
Oh, okay.
And he just he's standing there, but he doesn't know quite what to do.
Yeah.
Because these are big people.
And it's not he's not security.
No. But there's a point when 5 people control them for a bit.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I'll send you the link to the video so you can enjoy it.
I would love to see that. Oh, and as we're wrapping up here, on a more serious note, we want to say goodbye to the great Rutger Hauer. 75. Was very much an icon of amazing fantasy sci-fi movies. Just an amazing actor. Don't know exactly what happened. It was a heart attack or something along those lines, but you don't have Blade Runner without him. His performance in that was incredible.
Yeah. You might not have Buffy without him.
You might not have Buffy.
Because he was in the original movie.
Yeah. Also things like Lady Hawk, Batman Begins, like, he's been in a lot of stuff and, like, very iconic. Probably best known, like, his voice. Like, he has very certain, like, vocal tone to him that was, like, very, very, like, well known. But we'll miss him.
Yeah.
He's a good dude. But as always, if you want to talk about anything with us, you can contact us. We're Precarious Pixels. You can find us on Spreaker, Stitcher, iTunes, YouTube. Please leave us a comment, anything. And we'll be talking probably more stuff as I'm sure there's going to be more and more stuff revealed about Phase 4 and all that other stuff as, like, we get closer and closer to D23 and all the other stuff. So as always, you can find me at Tim Martinick on the Instagrams. You can find Bob.
I'm on the Instagram at BobJMartin, MARTON, and I'm on Twitter at Martin_Bob.
All right. And get out there, keep designing, creating. Like I said, we've got something that we've been working on for a little bit. It's I'm probably going to put maybe some parts of the first page on my Instagram, and you'll hopefully get to see the whole story sooner or later. All right. So till next week, I'll see you guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
To do a little redesigning with us, you can find Bob at Martin, MARTON_BOB on Twitter, and you can find me on Instagram at Tim Martinick, all one word, TIMMARTINEC. And you can join in us, have some fun, do your redesigns for this week's redesign. It's a lot of fun for us to do this, but we like to see fresh ideas and fresh artists, like, doing what they do as well. You can also hashtag it Precarious Pixels and we'll find it as well.